Alright, so this is a quick introduction to Tract 1 at Chalk Bluff. This is actually the drone video we're going to do, but I'm on map right here. Toward the middle you can see the property. That's Tract 1 at Chalk Bluff. It's 8 acres. This yellow line indicates the gravel road that runs through the tracks at Chalk Bluff and then into the Ozark National Scenic Riverways right here. And this is actually Chalk Bluff itself. Gorgeous, gorgeous bluff overlooking the Jacks Fork River. So the property is very close to that. This, I believe I just mentioned, I can't remember now, it's kind of late at night, that this purple area is the actual National Scenic Riverways, which is pretty cool. And I'll just zoom out for a moment here. The area on the right is the Rocky Creek Conservation Area. So this aerial is probably about 2 years old, and it's a Google map, so they're not always super updated, but it was probably taken pretty recently after the logging, and the property has a couple years of growth since this, and you'll actually see that in the drone video, which was taken just 3 or 4 months ago. But ultimately what I wanted was to do the topo map, because this property lays really nicely. It's basically flat along the entire roadside, maybe a little slope down at the south and the west sides, and then it slopes toward the center. But even this is not what I would consider steep. So it does slope down. You're going to have some views. Excuse me. But we often get people asking us for a property where they could build a large pond or a small lake. Well, this could potentially be one where you could do that. Where the mouse is here, if you were to put your dam down that way, you would have all this runoff filling your pond or your small lake, and still have all kinds of flat area up here for a huge yard or a large building site. Or certainly you could build here where it's kind of sloped if you wanted a walkout type effect. Excuse me. And then really quickly, let's I'll show you the route to Chalk Bluff. Zoom out a little bit here. Okay. Whoops, went too far. That's okay. So here's Eminence up here on the upper right. Depending on which way you come, you might be coming from Highway 60 down here on the south side. There's Birch Tree. Town of Winona is right over here. So from 60 you take Highway E up to the north for about 10 miles. This is already going to be a really long video. We haven't even spliced in the drone bit yet. And then you're going to go west onto County Road 412, which we've done this yellow line over to make it more helpful. And you basically just follow that. Once you get into the conservation area, it kind of turns into a forest road. It's not very well labeled. You can see the route here, but basically the easiest way to explain it is in this case you're taking the path most traveled, not the path least traveled. And because basically these offshoots, even though they are roads, you can see that where this yellow line is basically where the people have been driving, because people do drive out to Chalk Bluff and take photos and mess around and all that. So a lot of gravel, but super awesome property. We were so happy to get these. There's the conservation area. There's the scenic riverway. Jacks Fork River is stunning. Just a limited number of these tracks. This is Tract 1. So InstantAcres.com if you have any questions. And we would love to talk to you about these tracks at Chalk Bluff. Alright, so this is the actual drone video for Tract 1 at Chalk Bluff. We just launched from the truck there, straight up in the air. We're facing west. That's Tract 1 on the right side of the gravel road. As we look to the west, you can see as we orient to the north here, hopefully we'll pause for a second. Whoop. Now we're looking down. Okay, so there's the truck. The tracks at Chalk Bluff, they've been logged within the last couple years. We're flying kind of northeasterly. You can see it obviously was not clear cut. There's quite a bit of medium-sized timber left. Where the trees get very thick off to the left there, that's an adjoining property, and that's actually, I believe, what they call Pioneer Forest, which is, it's technically privately owned, but it's an organization that owns tens of thousands of acres. So it's sort of seen as a bonus to border that, because there will probably not be any development. Now we're looking back to the south. You can see the truck toward the middle of the screen. If you look off to the right, you can see what looks like a valley. That's the Jacks Fork River Valley. We're very close to the Jacks Fork River. I believe we're within about a quarter mile, actually. Straight to the west, where you'll find Chalk Bluff. Should have flown the drone over there. That would have been really cool, actually. Nice property. This was a really cloudy day, but you know, it is what it is. Come on out during a sunny day and you can see it in all its splendor. Beautiful area. I checked the listing. I mean, I could go on and on about everything in this area, and I'm sure I would, given more time. But we've only got about a minute left here. Excuse me. Got that cough tonight. Everybody's sick right now. Gravel road, which borders the whole southwest side of the property. Just beautiful area, so private, so peaceful. You're off-grid out here, so it's always going to be kind of that off-grid feel, which is great. We have a lot of people that love that. Good solid property, large size, easily easily big enough to set up some food plots if you're a serious hunter that likes to do that. We're also really close, obviously, to the Rocky Creek Conservation Area, which is thousands of acres of land open for hunting. Mark Twain National Forest is within a few miles as well, which gives you multiple more thousands of acres of hunting. Just a lot going on here. Good chance to get in a property that, I mean, it has been logged in the last couple of years, but for one thing, it wasn't clear cut. For another thing, it's already growing back nicely. So good opportunity to snag a good usable property. InstantAcres.com.